Okay, so why forgiveness is important, and yeah, why not only should you be forgiving other people, but why you should probably forgive yourself. Well, you should definitely forgive yourself. So a couple years ago, I was a completely different person, and I'm sure a lot of people, you know, have gone through similar situations. Just make this a little straight, to where, you know, their older selves just isn't who they are now, and they've learned a lot from their mistakes, and they're just a better person now. And that's my story, at least. And but in the process of figuring that out and finding myself and becoming the person that I am today, I did hurt a lot of people, a lot of people that I cared for, a lot of people that cared for me. And one person in particular, I think that that I hurt, and that is still something that I deal with today, is my first relationship, my first serious relationship, my first love, boyfriend, I don't know, whatever, just him. I hurt him, and I was just a bad person. I knew better, I guess. I don't know who I was then, but in the midst of me trying to figure that out, trying to figure out who I was, I hurt him, and I lied to him, and I cheated on him. And so that's something that I'm dealing with right now still, because I know that I have no control over what other people do, over other people's actions, thoughts, or what, but I feel like because of what I did to him, he did certain things to himself. He did certain things. I just hurt him, and he just, it's not my fault. I know it's not my fault. I know I have no control over what he did, over his actions, but it's hard not to blame yourself, you know, when you care about someone so much. And like, I constantly think, you know, of the things that I did, of the lies that I told him, and I don't know, I feel like I've tried to forgive myself many times, and this is the same thing I tell myself, you know, what he did was his fault, because that's what he chose to do. He chose to go into drugs. He chose to, you know, isolate himself from his family, from his friends. He chose that. No one else chose that for him. But then I think, you know, what would have happened if I hadn't done that to him, if I hadn't cheated, if I hadn't made him feel like he wasn't enough, he wasn't worth it, he wasn't worthy. What would have happened if we had stayed together? And now I feel like why it's coming up so much, and it's always been something that I've dealt with since our breakup. We've had so many breakups, but I feel like recently it's been coming up even more, because now I'm in a relationship, and I'm in a good relationship. I am with the person that I've prayed for years, for my perfect man, you know. And but I still think about that other person, and I feel guilty for being good to my current boyfriend, because I ask myself, like, why am I good to him? Why couldn't I be good to this other person, to this person that I love, that I cared for, that I envisioned myself with? Like, why couldn't I be good to him? yeah, I was immature, I was learning, I was growing, and don't get me wrong, he wasn't perfect either. To get into the kind of drugs that he got into, it's hard to be a clean-cut person, a straight person, and get into that. He was never that, by all means, but heartache, pain, you know, loved one leaving you drives people to do crazy things for sure. And yeah, I don't know, I need to find it within myself to forgive myself, to keep reminding myself that this isn't my fault, that what he chose to do with his life isn't my fault, and that I don't want to take this relationship that I'm in for granted, because he's everything that I've always asked for, that I've always prayed for, that I always cried for. He's so supportive and loving, and I want to give him my all. I want to give him my all, and he deserves that. So yeah, I feel like I need to forgive myself, and I need to realize that I had no control over what this other person did to himself, to his life. And it hurts me. It hurts me so much to see someone that I love, that I pictured myself with for the rest of my life, just hurt himself and just give up on life and just hurt and suffer and be in pain, you know? It's hard. It's fucking hard. But he chose that. He chose his friends. He chose what he put himself, you know, through. And it hurts me so much because I still care for him so much. I still very, very much love him. You know, it's one of those things that I guess you're presented with people in your life that are only there to teach you. And he taught me about love. He taught me about myself. He taught me many, many things. To be strong, to be independent, to know what you have, because it won't always be there, and to take care of it. And because of him, because of what I went through with him, I want to be a better person to my current relationship. And I feel like if I hadn't gone through what I went through, and if I hadn't done what I did, and I wouldn't appreciate the relationship I'm in right now. And so I'm very, very thankful for that. It was hard, very, very hard for both of us, but I think it's something that we both had to go through, and I grew because of it, and hopefully he did too. It's, you know, it hurts. It hurts to see someone that you love, that you care for, suffer. It's never easy. But yeah, it's just, I need to forgive myself. I need to keep telling myself that it's not my fault. It was never my fault. To appreciate what I have right now, because it's good. It's so good what I have right now, and I don't want to take it for granted. This is what I wanted. It's what I wanted. And I just have to remind myself that if I hadn't gone through all that pain, all that suffering, all that heartache, that I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be the person that I am today. And I feel like I'm a fucking good person, you know? I'm not perfect, but I'm a damn good person, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So I thank him. I thank him for that, and I hope that, you know, he sees it that way too. I hope that he grows from what we went through. But anyway, oh my god, this is me. But yeah, if you're going through something like that, if you're blaming yourself for someone else's life, someone else's mistakes, someone else's life choices, know that it isn't your fault. Know that you have no control over over other people's actions, thoughts, emotions. You only have control over your own. And yeah, just forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the past, because if it hadn't happened, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be the person that you are today. You wouldn't be thinking or appreciating what you have today. It's because of the hard times that we get to appreciate the good ones. So keep that in mind, and that's something that I'm definitely keeping in mind. And it's not easy. It's an everyday struggle. Like, this is me every day, and I don't know, I hope I'm not alone out there. it's something that I don't talk about very often, but if this reaches anyone, know that you're not alone, and everything's gonna be okay. And if you got through that hard time, through those hard times, through that rough situation, through that pain, the heartache, know that you'll get through anything. Love you guys.